Success isn't about big choices. It's about the small, daily decisions that compound over time, leading to exponential growth and making you part of the top 1%. But when faced with these daily choices, most men choose wrong. Today's video, I'm going to cover 15 daily choices that have the biggest impact in your overall success. This is episode 3 of 7 of our Great Filter series that aims to help men push through life's great filter and make it to the top 1%. Unfortunately, 99% of men will not make it through, but the choices that you make every day lays the foundation to ensure that you are the one that does. Choice number 1, you allow your brain to sabotage you. From the moment you open your eyes, the first action you take decides if you're gonna be in the top 1% or the bottom 99% who snoozes the alarm. If you wanna be the best, you will get out of bed immediately using the 1-second rule. Researchers from Brigham and Women's Hospital found that hitting the snooze button can lead to something called sleep inertia. This is a period of grogginess that can impair your alertness and performance for up to 2 hours after waking up. So let's change it. First, you will aim to wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Then, you will apply the 1-second rule from David Goggins. When that first alarm rings, get up. Don't even give your brain 1 second to talk you out of it. While the other guy is stuck in sleep inertia for the next 2 hours of the day, you're already winning. Okay, so you managed to get out of bed without hitting the snooze button. Here's your next decision. What are you going to have for breakfast? A sugary donut or something more substantial? Choose wrong here, and you're going to continue to choose wrong for the rest of the day. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition demonstrated that a high sugar, low protein breakfast can lead to hunger pounce earlier in the day. Hunger pouncing is the habit of choosing to eat whatever you want or whatever you see next. So, because you chose an unhealthy donut, you now found yourself experiencing a hunger that leads you to indulge in even more unhealthy food, and it distracts you from your work. This leads to another poor choice later on, which again affects your productivity. If this cycle causes you to waste even just 1 hour a day, this means that the person who chooses to eat a solid breakfast is now 9 40-hour work weeks ahead of you. This is the effect of compounding on your decision-making every single day. Choice number 3, your phone starts a negative feedback loop. How many times between when you wake up and now have you checked your phone? If you make the wrong choice, you will start a negative reward loop, which will lead you to make more poor decisions for the rest of the day. A study from the University of British Columbia found that the allure of new notifications can trigger a dopamine release, creating a reward loop in your brain that's hard to break. So, instead of diving into the digital chaos every morning, you will set up 2 alarms. If you wake up at 7, set up a second alarm at 7:30. You cannot check your phone until that second alarm goes off. Now, you've won with your third choice for the day, while the other person has checked their phone 10 times and their negative reward loop has them trapped. Choice number 4, you drink the wrong caffeine. Think about it. What type of caffeine are you drinking? For example, you wake up feeling groggy, so you reach for a cup of coffee. And now, you're gonna experience a crash later in the day. This will lead you to have another cup of coffee in the afternoon, which in turn will result in poor sleep quality. Instead, I want you to kick off your day by replacing your usual cup of coffee with a cup of matcha. Caffeine in matcha is absorbed more slowly compared to coffee, thanks to the calming effect of the amino acid L-theanine, which is found in matcha. Choice 5, you exercise at the wrong time. Some will choose to do it in the morning, and others in the evening. One is better than the other. A compelling study published in the Journal of Physiology found that working out 3 hours before bedtime can interfere with sleep quality, which in turn will affect cognitive function and mood the next day. So, for the person who decided to work out first thing in the morning, they are better aligned with their body's circadian rhythm, improve sleep quality, and give themselves a metabolic boost that lasts all day. Now just imagine if you combine this with everything we've covered, such as jumping out of bed right away, eating a high-protein breakfast, choosing matcha over coffee, and avoiding your phone. The benefits are significant and put you miles ahead of the 99% that choose wrong every day. This difference is huge, and it only becomes more pronounced as the day goes on and you continue to make the right decisions, getting better for you and worse for them. Choice 6. You completely destroy your momentum. Now you find yourself with a few minutes of downtime and you're faced with another decision. Do you take the time to reflect and relax your mind, or do you spend those precious minutes doom scrolling through social media? And so, because most will choose to scroll through social media, you haven't given your mind time to relax. Your work or your studies for the rest of the day will be negatively impacted. And according to a study from the University of Pennsylvania, this will lead to feelings of stress and anxiety, which in turn will affect your sleep quality the next day. When you find yourself needing a break, you won't be able to bear the stress, and you will find yourself doom scrolling through social media once again to escape. This creates a vicious cycle that continues to affect your well-being and productivity. This is exactly why I'm creating the Great Filter series. Most of the population gets filtered out from ever making it to the top just by their bad decision-making and habits. The first 3 episodes of this series are showing you how to choose right. Many will get filtered here. Don't forget, episode 4 of this Great Filter series, we're going to get practical with the step-by-step instructions on how to make real money with the skills that I'm teaching you. This is your chance, a way out from the bottom with a direct path to the top. But hold on, before you click below to try to secure your spot, don't even bother signing up if you're not willing to commit 12-hour days for the next 5 years of your future. This is the high-end part of the filter, the point where most people get filtered out. Over the past few years, I've put in more 18 and 20-hour days than ever before, and I've been doing this for a decade. This is the reality people don't tell you. This is why most of you will not be ready for episode number 4. The failure rate is 99.9%. For the select few who are crazy enough to believe that they can make it, you can reserve your spot by clicking the link down below and signing up. Choice number 7. You jump the second you get attention. So you've done everything right now, but now you're presented with the choice that almost everyone fails. Can you resist a notification? By always checking, you are allowing other people to pull your attention. This destroys your momentum of success. And according to a study by the University of London, constantly switching between tasks has been found to cause as much damage to your IQ and focus as smoking cannabis or staying up all night. And so, if you decide to choose correctly and not jump at your notifications, you'll be far more likely to stay focused and avoid what is known as context switching. Research has found that it can take up to 15 minutes to refocus on a task. So for you, when you choose correctly, you will be far more productive every single day, which will only compound over the next weeks, months, and years. Number 8, you drive incorrectly. Now, you don't realize this, but as you drive, another choice occurs. You will have one person opt to use this time to listen to an audiobook, and then you have the other person listening to music. Your daily commute is an untapped resource for personal growth and leveling up. And here's how you do it better than anyone else. You're going to turn your car into a personal classroom. Listen to educational podcasts, audiobooks, or courses on the subject you want to learn. Then you will purchase a whiteboard marker and jot down any good notes and ideas. That way you are always reminded every time you get into your car. Again, for safety, you should only do this when your car is stopped. Making poor choices, like scrolling through TikTok during your commute, won't get you there. Instead, you could be watching these 7 videos to learn the skills you need to change your life. And then, write down the key ideas you learned here on your window to always stay reminded. Choice 9. You are terrified of boredom. We all get bored, but some of us know how to deal with it and use it to our advantage, while others will escape that feeling with video games, television, or social media. Boredom has been found by multiple studies to improve problem-solving skills and increase creativity. And yet, 96% of American households own a TV, and 51% of Americans play video games every day. By numbing, you are wasting this superpower. So instead of surrounding yourself with ways to avoid boredom, like your TV, your social media, or your video games, you should eliminate these items and embrace it. Choice 10, your hydration habits. When you get thirsty, what do? You can either grab yourself a soda or a glass of water. The Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism shows that even mild dehydration can impair cognitive function, including your mood and your concentration. Most people are dehydrated. Water is boring, I get it, but infuse your water with natural flavors like lemon or mint. And if you hate the taste of water and feel like you need a soda, you can make a healthy soda replacement by using sparkling water and then infuse it with flavored drops. This will simulate the taste and feeling of soda. You can even add a pinch of salt to increase the electrolytes and optimize your hydration. At this point, if you've made the right choices, you are 2 hours ahead because you woke up instantly. You're not wasting time overeating. You broke the negative feedback loop of always checking your phone. Your energy is constant and focused. You already exercised, so you won't affect your sleep. You can resist notifications, so you won't break productivity. You learned on your way to work, and you used boredom to your advantage. This is just one day of making the right decisions. In a month, you will be so far ahead of the 99% who are continually choosing wrong. Success is not an accident, it's a daily choice. Choice 11, you surround yourself with people who drag you down. It's Friday night, and you're starting to feel pressured by your friends. They want to go bar hopping and chasing girls, and they want you to tag along. On the other hand, you have a mentor or a business partner asking you to help deliver this project before the end of the weekend. You know it needs to get done, but you have also worked all week. What choice do you make? This is known as the power of peers in psychology, because as humans, we are influenced by our closest friends, which can cement and compound bad choices. If you live with friends or spend time with others who wake up early, exercise, and always work on the business, you will do the same. So, here's your trick to know who of your friends are winners and which ones are losers. Tell your friends that you want to take some time to focus on yourself and stop being distracted. The highest quality friends will support and even try to help you, while the losers will try to convince you that you shouldn't do that, or that you are young and that you should be having a drink on the weekend or playing video games. And there is your answer. And this is precisely what awaits those who make it through the Great Filter series, an academy of killers, men who are willing to go the distance, even if it takes 10 years. For this very reason, I'm implementing a strict approval process. Only the top 1% will be accepted. Now, you will have the opportunity to network and surround yourself with men who will continually help you make the right choice. Choice 12, you succumb to impulse purchases. When we're out, we have two choices. We either give in to our comforts and purchase whatever we want, like a bottle of water, a cup of coffee, or a snack. Or we wait until we are home and drink water from the tap, or make our own coffee, or eat something that we make ourselves. These are known as impulse purchases, and according to Statista, they make up to 80% of consumer purchases. And this is terrible, because every dollar you spend could turn into $45 when you get older. Do you understand what I'm saying? If you decide to give into these impulse purchases, you will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars less than the person that makes the right choice and avoids them. Let me explain this further. The historical average of investing in the S&P 500 gives you yearly returns of 10%. Let's assume that you invest $1 at the age of 25. That $1 will be worth $45 by the age of 65. Now, assume that for every dollar, the person who decides to drink water, coffee, and eat snacks at home could save thousands that year, which in turn can become an extra $45,000 by the age of 65. That is the price of impulse purchasing, and that is the price of your choices. So ask yourself, is that $5 cup of coffee really worth $225? I don't think so. Choice 13, you isolate yourself from the world. Now, when it comes to your daily life, you have a few choices. First, you can isolate yourself from the rest of the world and sit in your room all day. Or you can make time for the people you care about and create a balanced lifestyle. And this is important because if you choose the isolated route, you might as well be smoking 15 cigarettes a day. This reference is often attributed to a report by Julianne Holt-Lunstad, a professor of psychology and neuroscience at Brigham Young University. She conducted a meta-analysis which included data from over 300,000 participants. She concluded that a lack of social connections can have a severe impact on one's health, comparable to well-established risk factors like smoking. The smart move is to actively make time for the people that you care about in your lives. You can go for a walk while talking to them on the phone. You can also ask to study together or work on that business side by side. Simply put, the more quality social connections you have, the better you will feel and operate, which in turn will make you more successful. Choice 14, you talk to yourself in first person. Every day, you have the choice to engage with yourself with negative self-talk or eliism. If you choose negative self-talk, phrases like, "I can't do this," quickly become negative self-fulfilling prophecies. A study published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology indicates that self-talk can significantly increase performance. The research shows that addressing yourself in the second person, as in, "You can do this," or third person, as in, "Jose can do it," actually boosts confidence and decreases anxiety compared to when you speak in first person, as in, "I can do it." So, addressing yourself in the second or third person, also known as eliism, is an effective strategy for boosting your success. You will outperform everyone else that is plagued with negative self-talk. Choice 15, you ruin your day before it even has begun. Okay, so you get to the end of your day, and now you have two choices. First, you can follow a meditation routine, which allows you to fall asleep within seconds. Or you lay in your bed and binge watch Netflix for hours, which will negatively impact your ability to sleep. If you chose the second, you already messed up for tomorrow. A study from the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that exposure to blue light emitted by screens can reduce the production of sleep hormone melatonin by 22%. This will result in poor sleep quality, which will trigger you to start the next day making poor decisions again. So opt for a screen-free bedtime routine, read a book, journal, or do some light stretching to help prepare your body for a restful sleep. Doing so already sets your mind for making the right choice again in the morning and win on every single choice for the rest of the day. This battle is between you and your mind, and this is how you choose right. And if you want to keep moving forward, don't forget episode 4 of this great filter series. Implement these today because it's only going to get harder from here and most of you will quit. Reserve your spot by clicking the link down below. And as always guys, thanks for watching. I will leave episode 2 of The Great Filter down here. See you next time.